You know, I talk a lot about Ford trucks, and why wouldn't I? I mean, best-selling truck for 36 years running, because Ford's always thinking ahead to next year and not resting on last year. But now I'm going to talk about something different. Where you want to buy your new Ford truck. You just gotta drive by Sholo Ford to see how many trucks they have. Or go online to sholoford.com. And you know Guy Hatch is going to get you a great deal, because he promises you he is not going to be undersold by anyone, anywhere. And if you know Guy, you know if he says it, he means it. And not only that, but all his F-150s come with lifetime engine warranties. Why would you think about buying anywhere else? Sholo Ford. We want to exceed your expectations. We're Sholo Ford, your friendly family Ford dealer on the east end of the Deuce.
Not allow Jackson Jessup to kind of set up in the post.
So we take a look at some of the key players tonight, brought to you by the Ace Hardware, who now has a 24/7 locksmith available any day of the week, 24/7. They'll come to you, their mobile units ready. Anytime you need a key made or you're locked out of your car or your home, call the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overgard. And we always talk about Snowflake's roster and how deep they are. It's tough to pick out key players in that Lobo roster.
It certainly is, but you got to really look at the leadership. If you've got a bunch of guys who can score, you look at Rick Shumway. He's the leader. When things kind of start going south a little bit, his team looks to him, and so that's what makes him a key player tonight, is that senior leadership on senior night. The Lobos, well, I have to take it back. They have another game still to come. But Shumway, one of those senior leaders, and I really think Ty Reedhead is a key player tonight, Camden. He does a lot of the little things, plays defense, gets rebounds, is a tough guy in there in the middle that might kind of bounce around some guys. For the Sholo Cougars, I'll tell you, Sean Potter, leading scorer on the team, has done it all year. A little inconsistent, but somebody who's got to step up big tonight, along with Jackson Jessup. He's got nobody to match him up size-wise. Can he use that to his advantage tonight?
We're set for the tip-off, the Lobos and the Cougars set to do battle. The tip is into the backcourt, quickly down floor, and a missed shot. And Jessup with the rebound. He turns around, puts up a jumper that's no good, fights for the rebound, gets inside, puts it off the window and in. That's the intensity we saw the last time these two teams met up.
And that's one of the more intense times I've seen Jackson Jessup. Very laid-back guy. Does a great job there going after the ball.
Little half-court pressure here, and the Lobos get it across. Shumway underneath, left-hander, no good. Rebound picked up by Jessup. It's 2-0 early here for the Cougars. Sholo bringing it up the floor with a right-hand dribble. And pass it over to Potter. Potter looks in the lane at Jessup, banged it off of his hands, and the loose ball is knocked around. And it's picked up by the Lobos. Lobos looking for numbers here. Now they kick it back out. Top of the key, inside, high post to Lewis. Shumway on the angle right, guarded by Potter. Cross-courted over. Now switch it up. High post, jumper by Lewis from 15, no good. Rebound battled for underneath and picked up there by Brackney.
I'll tell you what, Cameron, if Jackson Jessup would keep up his intensity, he did a great job of changing the shot of Lewis right there.
Jackson Jessup, a guy that Eastern Arizona College is interested in. And certainly postseason play is going to have a big factor into whether or not he plays at the next level. Potter drives the lane, puts up the off-balance shot with the right hand, missed it. Quickly in transition, Lobos looking to run. Now they cross-court it over to Kay. Fake the shot, move inside, jumper, got it.
Tell you what, Keegan Kay, a steady, consistent shooter for the Lobos. Not real flashy, doesn't take a lot of attempts, but when he does, he's pretty good at knocking it down.
Tied at 2, 6:02 left to play here in the first. Potter on the wing left, looks inside of the paint. Now a lob pass to Jessup. Jessup off the window, a little too strong. Lobos get out in front. Quick pass down court, and the easy bucket, laying it up and in is Dallin Fusselman.
This is what Coach Wood talked about, is pushing the ball. They got the rebound. Quickly did it Shumway and pushed it up the floor.
Lobos take the lead for the first time tonight with 5.5 remaining in the first. It's 4-2. Snowflake still up top. Reedhead. Left-hand layup, score it.
Thought perhaps Brackney was going to go up and challenge Reedhead. But again, the upper body strength of Reedhead allows him to take the contact and still lay it up softly.
Well said. 6-2 lead now for the Lobos. Left side try here, and down the left side of the lane, blow the layup though for Sam Tate. Lobos looking to go to transition again. Shumway underneath, little too low, tries a shot anyway, missed it. Battle for the rebound, picked up by Brackney. Over to Tate, and Tate will work it up out of the backcourt. Looks over at Coach Cook, holds up a finger as he walks it across the time stripe with a letter high dribble in the left hand. Potter on the angle left is bumped and fouled by Kay, and that'll be our first foul of the contest.
Point of emphasis, getting those hands on the dribbler out in the open court will cost you. Hey, Camden, the Lobos know all too well what it's like to miss layups on the opponent's home floor. As last time these two teams met, the Lobos missed a lot of chippies. And so far, the Cougars have done that as too. Jessup has missed a couple, and right there we saw Sam Tate miss the lefty.
Brackney set to check the ball in, gets it into Potter. Potter calling out the play. Works it with the right hand, pull up jumper, three-pointer off the heel, no good. Rebound, ripped down, throw it ahead for Reedhead to Kay, off the window, score it.
Great vision up the floor. Coach Cook doesn't want any more of that as the Lobos are intent on getting that ball up the floor as fast as possible, doing it with the pass.
Completely different game here tonight with the Lobos coming out on top 8-2 with 4.5 left to play in the first quarter. Last time we watched these two teams, it was all Sholo in the first quarter, and tonight the Lobos are executing their game plan.
Well, see, Camden, here's the problem with the section, the whole section points and everything. These two teams have already played their section game. It was at Sholo. Snowflake lost. Now, in my opinion, humble opinion, Snowflake's the best team in the section. I mean, no slight to anybody else. There's a lot of good teams in our section, but Snowflake's the best team. So they have that one loss to show, but now they're not going to get any credit in the section for this win. If they, if things continue the way they are, they're not going to get any credit for this win in the section tonight.
Well, and you talk about that. There's other teams that's affected even more drastically. One of those is Blue Ridge, who finds himself having beaten the number 2 team in the section right now 3 times, but yet they're not going to make the section tournament. That's sitting right. 6 right now.
And they beat the fourth place team twice.
Pass inside for Brackney, knocked away by Reedhead. Cougars will have the basketball underneath their window. 4:23 left to play first quarter. It's the Lobos by 6, 8-2.
Well, and one thing the fast-paced action has done, Cameron, it's taken the energy that Jackson Jessup started this game with and has really taken him out of it.
Brackney will throw it towards the backcourt, picked up by Potter. Potter between the legs to the left hand, give it to Brackney. High post, Brackney takes a dribble, give it to Potter. Potter tries the baseline, and a bump and a foul is called on Kurt Wood, a sophomore who just checked in. Whistle for his first personal.
Well, you can see that after the timeout, things have kind of calmed down. The feeling out period is going to kind of start to wane a little bit, and we're going to get a little more of a half-court game, which Sholo should be able to take advantage of if they go inside.
Tate steps back and resets the offense. Give it over to Tate. Now to Potter. Potter down the right side, put up the right-hander. He scores it up and in. Sean Potter, good-looking shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, Potter does. He takes a lot of chances, and he gets away with a lot of them. And it costs on somebody, but he got to credit his aggressiveness.
Wood tries the finger roll. The outlet pass is almost picked off here by Reedhead. Knocked out of bounds. Cougar basketball near side. Snowflake, and we talk a lot about Snowflake in transition. They do have one of the most prolific games tonight.
Here comes the half-court trap right here, Camden.
This is where they're looking for those turnovers and quick baskets. They get it across with a pass to Jessup. Jessup puts up a shot. He's called for a travel. Yep. 3.5 left to play first quarter. A 4-point Lobo lead with the basketball.
Kerr and Nick standing in the corner begging for the ball. Jessup couldn't find him. Sholo going to go with a little trap of their own, and they get it.
There's the steal. Brackney picked it up ahead to Reedhead. To Potter. It's stolen by Reedhead. Back to Wood. Wood drives inside the lane, and an offensive foul called here as he got bumped around and fell into Jessup, and it's called on Kurt Wood.
That's hilarious. Kurt Wood got tripped, and as he tripped, he fell in to Jessup. Wow, that's interesting.
Look at Coach Wood. He's mimicking the play right now, and he's talking to Dan Waring. You know, one of the challenges for Dan Waring, he's officiated
a lot of games
in this section play. He's going to be one of the officials in the section tournament. And I don't care who you are as an official, that's tough. Potter launching for three, off the heel, no good. Rebound picked up by Reedhead, ahead to Shumway. He puts up the left-hander and scores it.
Well, there we see the strength of Reedhead taking that ball away from two solo rebounders, able to key the break for the Lobos.
2 minutes, 50 seconds, steal by Keegan Kay, ahead to Shumway. Shumway off the window, missed the shot. There's the outlet pass, stolen back though. The Lobos get it. And it's ripped away by Potter. Potter across the stripe, throttles it across, gets tripped up, slides down the baseline, and a whistle and a foul.
That time a good call. It's Fusselman a little upset that Potter got that steal from him and took it out on him on the other end of the floor.
Fusselman's whistled for the personal. It's his first. Kurt Wood, by the way, on the bench with 2 fouls for the Lobos. Reedhead checks out here.
And you notice that when Kurt Wood goes off the floor, the Lobos do not run that half-court trap without him.
We see Jordan Gardner in for the Lobos as the Cougars get it inbounds. Now run a right-hander down the baseline that floats way long. Missed everything. Rebound Lobos. And Fusselman holds at the top. Give it to Kay. Kay working it down towards the baseline, and a bump and a foul called here against the Cougars.
Well, I'll tell you, unfortunately, Camden, a game like this, you see some bad habits come out. Sean Potter reaches a whole bunch, and he's gotten beat on that a few times and now whistled for the foul. If he had a little more discipline defensively, he's quick. I don't think people could go by him.
That's his first. Lobos set to check it in. They get it in and off the window. Shot no good. Flake misses the easy bucket in front of the basket. Potter up and down with the left hand, calling for a screen, now sets it up on the left side. Give it to Tate, in the corner to Brackney. Underneath to Jessup, and it's batted away by Dallin Fusselman. And I don't know if Brackney just didn't see Fusselman, but he almost threw it right to him.
If Fusselman would have been paying attention, he could have put 2 hands on it, come up with a steal, and probably keyed another Snowflake break.
Kobe Maxwell set to check it in for the Cougars. Into Potter, he's trapped. Give it back to Maxwell, up top for Tate. Tate, cross court, Brackney all alone on the weak side. He dunks it down! Slam it down for Brackney.
Impressive dunk by the senior, going off of 2 feet. Great post move dunk right there by Brackney.
Jordan has his shot partially blocked. Cougars with the loose ball. Potter out of the backcourt. Minute 38 left to play. It's a 4-point Lobo lead. Maxwell for 3. Off the iron, left it short. Jessup with the rebound, and the pass into Brackney is picked off. Shumway with the loose ball, throws it ahead for Fusselman to Kay. Kay off the window, score.
Boy, they don't really need a whole lot of numbers. If they just have a little advantage, they're going to push that ball all the way to the rim. And usually it's worked out pretty well for them.
Keegan Kay doubles the Lobo lead. They lead by 6, 12-6 with just over a minute to play. And a foul committed here as Kobe Maxwell tries to drive between defenders. And this one either on Kay or Shumway. I believe Shumway checks out of the lineup.
Well, here we see the depth, as you mentioned, Camden, of these Lobos. They bring in, they only have 2 starters left out there on the floor. And they're just going to keep up the same thing they've been doing the whole first quarter.
They end up calling that foul on Rick Shumway. That's his first. So a 12-6 ball game, and a bump and a foul in the backcourt on Brackney. Whistled as Fusselman tries to get it across the stripe.
Tell you what, though, again, and as soon as Fusselman got the ball, I mean, he just immediately looks down the floor. He's looking to throw the home run right away, and you can see that is the game plan for these Lobos tonight. And Jessup's out of the game now. He needs a rest. See if the Lobos take advantage inside.
Throw it up top now, wheel it around to the left side. Keegan Kay, bounce pass towards the post. No, picked up there by Potter. An errant pass picked up by Potter over to Maxwell. Into the corner to Tate. Now to Brackney, down on the block. He goes cross court. Back around to Potter up top. Potter drives towards the right side. Blocked by Flake. Sean Potter gets stuffed by Flake with 36 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, Keegan Kay got away with a blocking foul to put Potter off balance. So he just threw it up there, and that really allowed Flake to get up there. And and take care of that ball.
12-6 ball game. Lobo lead. Cougar basketball under their glass. 36.6 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Maxwell starts the inbound play. Throws it up top for Tate. Tate to Maxwell. Now cross it over to Potter. Potter crosses it over, skip pass to Maxwell, back to Tate at the top. To the line, inside the lane, kick it back out. Give it to Maxwell. Maxwell dribbles with the left hand, give it over to Potter, now to Tate. 19 seconds. Cougars maybe playing for the final shot here. Taking their time. They're trapped up top, double team. Kick it into the corner. Nix wants a three. It's long. Rebound underneath. Weak side board for Tate. He puts it up and in. Sam Tate cuts the lead to 4. And the Lobos, with the final minute in the quarter, launch from NBA range 3. And Keegan Cade can't hit it. We'll step away. The second quarter is next, with the Cougars trailing by 4 here, 12-8. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
As you like them, and served with a great selection of fresh sides. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass.
Is that better? Okay, we have 15 seconds left in the commercial.
659 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass cash back to you. Woohoo!
With a 4-point lead, start this quarter with the basketball, but a bump and a foul called will turn the ball back over to the Cougars.
Well, they caught Lewis trying to set a screen out down on the low block. Tough call to go against the Lobos. And tell you what, Cannon, for all of the Lobos running and gunning, only a 4-point lead here after the first quarter.
Well, they knew it was going to be a battle. And they've certainly got to be happier with their first quarter effort in this one than they were the last time these two teams met up. Kobe Maxwell called for a travel up and down on the shot.
Tell you what, I'm really surprised the Cougars don't have more of an inside game. Just post up Jackson, let him operate as the only man in the middle.
Reedhead muscles one up, missed it. Rebound fought for and won by Jessup. 12-8 ball game. Tate launches for 3 on the wing left. Popcorn in and out. Jessup with the rebound. Bounces it off the ground. Put it off the window. No good. Rebound. Ty Reedhead. Ahead to Wood. Over to Shumway. Shumway a circus shot. Missed it, but a foul on Kobe Maxwell.
Tough call, and Kobe Maxwell bailed out Reedhead a little bit. Excuse me, Shumway. Shumway kind of sold it to the officials there. Maxwell doing a pretty good job establishing position. Not a lot of contact. But sometimes a degree in acting works out pretty well in basketball.
And it's Shumway at the free throw line. He hits the first free throw. Rick Shumway with 3 in the contest. And 7:05 remaining here in the second quarter. He'll eye his second shot here. The left-handed senior knocks down 2 quick free throws and gives the Lobos a 6-point lead.
So see, right now, I'm just going to have 4 guys on the perimeter, even though Brackney's on the perimeter, and just let Jackson post up one-on-one against Lewis.
Low-scoring game at the Dome in Round Valley tonight. Blue Ridge up by 2 at the end of the first quarter, 6-4 over the Elks. And the inbounds pass, or a steal. The Lobos looking for numbers in transition, back up into their half-court offense. Cross-courted over to Wood, up top for Shumway. Shumway to the line, pull-up jumper from 14, no good. Rebound Wood, he puts it up, missed it. And Jessup with another rebound.
He does have a lot of those tonight and a lot of change shots. Kind of getting away with some fouls on his follow-through, but it's well after the ball has been released.
Potter pulls up from the elbow and knocks a 15-footer down. Cuts that lead back to 4.
Potter does not care what the lead is. He's going to play and play his game.
Shot from him from three-point range. Kurt Wood. His first points of the game, and he gives the Lobos a 7-point lead, 17-10.
Kurt Wood is who hurt the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets in our last broadcast, picking up where he left off, knocking down big shots.
Potter looks in at the high post at Jessup, works behind the back. Now cross up high for Brackney. Lost it, got it back, double team. Now he slips the defender, goes down to the baseline, but it's picked up. Steal there by Shumway. He throws down court to Wood. Back to Shumway, trailing off the window, no good. Weak side rebound, no good by Lewis, and Potter gets the rebound for the Cougars.
Well, Lewis getting a little ahead of himself. Should have brought that one down, gone off the window.
5 minutes and 21 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Crossover dribble, work it to the right side. Potter puts up a shot between defenders, and an offensive foul called here. Luke Lewis taking the charge.
And Lewis was there early, not sure he was squared up, but again does a good job of selling it. Potter really didn't give him any attention as far as getting out of his way, and I think that's what cost Potter the foul.
And Potter picking up his second personal with 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the half. A 7-point Lobo lead. We apologize to our radio audience. We have a poor connection here tonight. We'll try to stay on for you. Shumway launches from the corner right. Missed the three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound by Reedhead. And now they work it to the corner for Kurt Wood. He wants a three off the hill, no good. Good rebound on the weak side by Curran Nix. And the Lobos with a 7-point lead here. Bounce it over to Tate. Cougars off the window, and he missed it.
Tough call.
A offensive goaltend is called.
Someone
hit the net.
Someone got into the net and kind of snapped the rim a little bit, caused it to move. I think that was a gift, though, because I don't think that ball was going to go in.
And I think they'll award those points to Sam Tate.
Yep.
And Tate has 4 in the contest, and the Lobo lead is back down to 5 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the second. Fusselman gets it across and makes an errant pass to Reedhead. He tracks it down in the backcourt. It was tipped back there by Nick, so no over and back. Give it to Flake in the corner. Back up top, Fusselman. Now to Shumway on the post. Flake fakes the shot, moves inside, gets blocked by Jessup.
A lot of contact, no call.
Kurt Wood for 3. Missed it off the front.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kurt Wood does not have the most orthodox shot. It's almost ugly, but he has been pretty effective with it on most nights.
And a one finger held up by Tate as they launch a 3 from the corner left side to the Cougars.
I don't think that meant one pass and shoot it, though. Unless you're Sean Potter.
Shumway puts up a running right-hander that missed. Fosselman up top to Shumway, down the left side of the lane, put up the left-hander, and a foul on Jessup.
Well, this is what makes Rick Shumway so valuable, is his intelligence on the basketball court. Maybe not the best shooter, the best ball handler, but just a smart guy, knows how to position his body, picks up. Jessup really has been very aggressive, and only having one foul, it's, you really got to think that goes in the favor of the Charlotte Cougars.
Shumway perfect 2 for 2 tonight from the line, but he misses this one. And some changes as Gardner will check in for Reedhead. Full coverage of the section tournament next week. We hope you'll join us. Lots of good games as Rick Shumway hits the second of 2. 3.5 remaining in the second quarter. 18-12 is our score with the Lobo lead, and the Cougars are going to lose it on the far side. Bryce Rove couldn't handle a pass. It looked like it may have been partially tipped.
Well, you can't. Cougars not a lot of height in that backcourt. Rove, the slightest height-wise at least out there. You got to throw a little lower.
Shot from the baseline right by Wood. From 12, he missed the shot, looked over at Waring, wanted the call, not going to get it. Tate, meanwhile, tries to split some defenders and gets tripped up, and a whistle and a foul called on Wood.
That's 3 on Wood. And you know, Kurt Wood, he was complaining to the officials you mentioned over there, Camden, and perhaps got a little too aggressive in his thirst for vengeance. He should have known he had 2 fouls. Can't be going that aggressive in the trap.
And how often do you see that happen?
Yeah, they're like, hey, I got fouled, so why shouldn't I be able to foul?
Absolutely. 3:11 left before halftime, and Tate misses the free throw. That's his first trip to the line. First half of a 1+1. Lobo basketball, and Shumway launches from 3, off the heel, no good. Kay with the rebound, back up top, Fusselman misses. And the battle for the rebound goes out of bounds off of Flake.
Well, Fusselman kind of ill-advised shot there. The first time he had it when he was wide open, the crowd wanted him to shoot it. He did not. And he, again, trying to make up for that. Shot it at a bad time, barely caught iron.
Coach Cook not happy with the Cougars not handling that rebound. Quickly gets Jessup up off the bench and sends him in.
He does collect a lot of boards with those long arms.
Curran Nix out of the Cougar lineup. Jessup drives down to the baseline. Jumper from 6, no good.
A lot of contact.
Battles for the rebound, no call. Fusselman. And a whistle and a foul here on Potter, and a little ticky-tack, and he'll run over to the bench where he will appeal his case to Coach Cook, and Coach Dan Waring going to come over and tell him, hey, you got to be careful. And this is where it's frustrating for players, because you have so much contact underneath, and then you get a ticky-tack call out in the
you're right.
mid-court.
They are banging on each other in the middle, especially on shots. You don't see, usually they whistle them on the shots pretty quick, but they've been letting them play. And then, as you say, on the perimeter, it's little touch fouls.
That's 3 on Sean Potter. He comes out. Keegan Kay, pump fake, bounce it low for Flake. He scores it up and in.
Jessup couldn't quite get over to contest that shot. Good ball movement by the Lobos, an excellent bounce pass.
It's an 8-point Lobo lead, 20-12, and the ball knocked out of bounds. 8 points, the biggest lead of the night for the Lobos, are matching their biggest lead with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play before halftime.
And you see the Lobos, they just kind of toy with you. They tease you with this press every now and then, but when they need it, boy, they come to it. Wow, no foul there, huh?
Jessup turnaround jumper inside, and a whistle and a foul on Jessup on the rebound.
Boy, Brackney got hammered on the dribble there. Thought for sure they would call a whistle there, but nothing doing. You know, and maybe the officials are thinking of it as, if you're reckless and out of control, we're not going to bail you out on the dribble. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Jackson Jessup picks up his second personal.
Both here in the second quarter.
And Flake will go to the free throw line.
I like the coaching coming from the stands for the show players.
20-12, 8-point Lobo lead. Tate picks up his dribble in the backcourt, in trouble. Coming to help him out there was Crow.
Yeah, Ian Crow has not seen a lot of playing time tonight, this season, and that's going to hurt him against this Lobo press, although
Bryce Rove with a 1 too many steps. Established his pivot foot, tried to spin away from the defender, and re-stepped with a different foot. You can get away with that in the NBA, but not in high school. Kay out on the wing, working against a couple of defenders. Cross-court pass over to Shumway. Cougars showing zone defense. 3-point shot is missed off the front of the iron. Brackney picks up the loose ball, throws it ahead for Rove. Rove with a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Pull-up jumper from 5, missed it. Off the heel. Loose ball underneath, shot high off the window, scored up and in for Ian Crow.
Hey, there's Crow getting on the tally.
Minute 9 left to play in the second. The lead cut back down to 6, 20-14. And a battle inside, and Tate knocks it into the hands of Curran Nix. Cougars having trouble getting it up out of the backcourt. Now Tate dribbles it across, throws it into the corner. Nix wants a 3, left it short, underneath. Crow misses the reverse layup.
It was a good idea, great rebound by Crow.
No one back for the Cougars. Flake trying to dunk it. Has his feet taken out from underneath him by Breckney, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I know that everybody wants to dunk, but that's just not a smart play by Flake. You're high school. You're about 6'3". You better get the points, and you still would have got the foul. Trying to dunk it, that's a tough order for any high school kid at our level.
It'll be Brackney's second.
You know me though, I'm old school.
You're no showboat.
I don't care about the dunk really. You can see that when Brackney got his dunk, what did that do? Nothing. Snowflake Lobos didn't really care.
First free throw by Travis Flake. Yeah, but it's going to make the highlight reel.
That's true. If only they could be on Sports Center.
Yes, we're working on that.
Yeah, the high school version.
2 free throws by Travis Flake, and they're back out in front by 8. 22-14. 36 seconds left in the half. Into the corner, Nix drives inside, had it blocked by Flake, got it back, next shot no good. Rebound by Flake, throws it down, baseball pass to Keegan Kay, pump fake, got a man in the air, missed the shot. Reedhead battles inside, throws it up top for Shumway, underneath, threw it away.
Tell you what, here comes Reedhead just out-muscling 3 Sholo defenders, but Sholo's really just got to be trying to survive right here. You got Sean Potter on the bench with 3, you got Jackson Jessup on the bench with 2. That's tough for them to be battling right here. If they can hold it, keep it to 8, they're doing a good job.
Kick it into the corner, spin move inside, left-hander no good, rebound Reedhead. Ahead with 3 seconds to Shumway. Shumway leans in at the buzzer and missed the shot. And that'll wrap up our first half of basketball. At the end of 2 quarters of play, it's Sholo 14, Snowflake 22. Our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show is coming up next. And for those of you listening on radio, again, we apologize. Our connection here tonight is just not what it should be.
Lobby the Snowflake Athletic Department.
Yeah, get us some more bandwidth. So we will take a quick break. Back with our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Don't forget the Sunrise Park Resort. Great snow up there, good conditions. They had over 6 inches over the weekend.
Going to get some more tonight too.
Yeah, they're getting great snow right now. Great time to go skiing. You can check it out at sunriseskipark.com. You can actually take a look at the conditions for yourself with their webcams at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. We'll be back with the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return right after this.
Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo. Remodeling your home?
You know, I talk a lot about Ford trucks, and why wouldn't I? I mean, best-selling truck for 36 years running, because Ford's always thinking ahead to next year and not resting on last year. But now I'm going to talk about something different. Where you want to buy your new Ford truck. You just gotta drive by Sholo. Many trucks they have. Or go online to sholoford.com. And you know Guy Hatch is going to get you a great deal. Because he promises you he is not going to be undersold by anyone, anywhere. And if you know Guy, you know if he says it, he means it. And not only that, but all his F-150s come with lifetime engine warranties. Why would you think about buying anywhere else? Sholo Ford. We want to exceed your expectations. We're Sholo Ford, your friendly family Ford dealer on the east end of the Deuce.
White Mountain Youth Productions bring you local high school sports, and they need your help. Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps the high school students producing our local sports. To become a sponsor, call City4TV at 928-532-4160.
You know, I
was feeling so alone.
I was going through a really difficult time.
I didn't want to bother anyone.
I didn't think they'd understand.
It was tough at first, but I did it.
I'm glad I asked for help.
I asked my teacher.
I asked my dad.
You can do this.
Whatever it is, ask for help.
If you're thinking about suicide or need support, call the Trevor Lifeline. Trained counselors are there to help 24/7.
They started it. Welcome back to Snowflake High School. The Lobos with a 22-14 lead here at intermission. Welcome to our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Best skiing right now, probably the best skiing of the year, happening right now at Sunrise Park Resort, with fresh snow expected through tonight and flurries expected later in the week, maybe tomorrow and Saturday. This is a great time to do some skiing up at Sunrise. If you haven't been up, there's a lot of changes and modifications. You want to check it out at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. Sholo with a early lead in the contest, gave that up though, and the Lobos, it's been all Lobos since that point. They led at the end, the Lobos led at the end of the first quarter 12-8. And then, as we mentioned, they take a 22-14 lead, an 8-point lead with them into the locker room. The Cougars, scoring-wise, Sean Potter with 4 in the first half, Sam Tate with 4, 2 for Ian Crow off the bench. Jackson Jessup held to just 2 points. He's used to scoring 16 points per game, well below his first half average. Daniel Brackney with 2 points as well. Keegan Kay with 6 points at intermission for the Lobos. Kurt Wood for 3. And Ty Reedhead has 2, along with Dallin Fusselman. 5 here at intermission for Rick Shumway and 4 for Travis Flake. We're going to step away, back with more of our Sunrise Park Resort halftime show when we return. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
I talk a lot about Ford trucks, and why wouldn't I? I mean, best-selling truck for 36 years running, because Ford's always thinking ahead to next year and not resting on last year. But now I'm going to talk about something different. Where you want to buy your new Ford truck. You just gotta drive by Sholo Ford to see how many trucks they have. Or go online to sholoford.com. And you know Guy Hatch is going to get you a great deal, because he promises you he is not going to be undersold by anyone, anywhere. And if you know Guy, you know if he says it, he means it. And not only that, but all his F-150s come with lifetime engine warranties. Why would you think about buying anywhere else? Sholo Ford. We want to exceed your expectations. We're Sholo Ford, your friendly family Ford dealer on the east end of the Deuce.
My friend Alex was diagnosed with cancer, so I put on a concert with tons of other kids so they could help raise money and lift his spirits.
It's a very good feeling to volunteer.
Kids can really make a difference.
Helping other people in my community.
To do something bigger than myself.
Rewarding.
Every story touches home. Even if it's not your own cause, it becomes yours when you help people.
I organized a food drive so they could have a warm meal every day.
The people next door to us.
Those half-court turnovers. The half-court pressure by the Lobos has worked well for them in the first half. It's led to a lot of transition baskets. And for the Sholo Cougars, they also got to figure out how to get Jackson Jessup involved in this second half. Only 2 points here at the break. Sean Potter, another question mark on the Cougars lineup as well, only 4 points. So those two players combined will need to take over in the second half if the Cougars want a chance to win. And of course, the Lobos just need to do more of the same, continue the transition game, continue getting those turnovers. They'd like to see some of the perimeter shooting of Kurt Wood and some of the other outside shooters start to heat up. That'll allow them to pull the Cougars out of their zone defense. Those are your second half keys to the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of Pinetop, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. Now with a 24/7 locksmith available any day of the week. If they've got a mobile unit, it'll come to you. Anytime you're locked out of your home or your car or need a key made, you call the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. We'll be back with the second half right after this. The halftime score, Snowflake 22, Sholo 14. Back after this.
A good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
It's the Lobos with a 22-14 lead as we head to quarter number 3. Daniel Brackney will check it in. The Cougars will have the basketball to start the third quarter. Potter across the stripe with a left-hand dribble. Now he picks it up. High post to Brackney. He's pushed, no call. Inside to Jessup. Jessup off the window. Score it up and in. Jackson Jessup gets into the scoring action. 4 points tonight for Jessup. And the Lobos will work it around the perimeter. Now they look in the paint. Ball batted down by Potter, picked up by Shumway. And a shot from 3 by Keegan Kay. The Lobos right back at it. Keegan Kay on the night has 9 and puts the Lobos back up 25-16. Pass underneath as Brackney missed the shot. Battle for a loose ball. Jessup picks it up over to Potter. Potter to the line, in the lane. Right-hand runner, no good. And a whistle and a foul underneath. I believe this one coming against Lewis. We'll check the official scoreboard here. Opening paragraph of the third quarter. And no, they're going to call it on Keegan Kay. That's 2 on him. Potter at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Hits the free throw. Potter just like that with 5 points in the contest. 8-point lead for the Lobos. He can make it a 7-point lead with this free throw, and he does. Potter cuts the lead to 7 with 7 minutes left in the third. Bounce pass across to Ty Reedhead. Fusselman into the corner to Shumway. Shumway off the window, scored up and in.
I'll tell you what, the Lobos do a great job of spreading the floor, and that really opens up a lot of good passing lanes for Shumway to work some assist magic.
We'll try a new connection here and see if we can get a better radio connection for those of you on radio. Just coming back into the contest. We are in the third. 6:32 left to play third quarter. Snowflake 27, Sholo 18. Cougars with the basketball. Tate taking the baseline off the window, score it.
Nice aggressive move with the left hand for Sam Tate.
Fusselman and Shumway get it across the time stripe. Keegan Kay bounces it off of Rove's foot. He races down and picks up the loose ball, but blows the layup. Potter battles for the rebound. Out of the corner to Tate. Tate between the legs, finds some room, left it short. Jessup with the rebound. His shot finally falls.
Well, I believe Jackson got away with a foul there, but the Lobos will take it. Cougars will take it.
Cougars underneath. Looks like Jessup maybe takes a charge.
He did. Shumway getting a little out of control, trying to force the action. Comes up with a charge.
That's 2 on Rick Shumway. And a timeout on the floor with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. We'll keep it here, 27-22. A 5-point Lobo lead.
Are we keeping it here because you missed out on my top-notch halftime analysis?
Yeah, they had to deal with my keys to the second half instead of yours. Real quick, though, we talked a little bit at the half in the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show about Jackson Jessup and Potter being absent on the offensive end for the Cougars. One of the things they want to make a change on in the second half.
Oh, absolutely, because Jackson Jessup, he can make his presence felt really in all facets of the game. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. On the defensive end, he changes shots. And obviously, I would think it would be a point of emphasis for Coach Cook and the Cougars. Get it inside. Let Jackson have the entire lane so that the Lobos can't bring any help, and let him go one-on-one against his defender.
Jackson Jessup had 2 at the break. He has 6 now with 2 quick buckets early in this third quarter. Half-court pressure by the Lobos. And a pass over to Potter. Potter for 3. Off the heel, no good. Battle for the rebound. Jessup picks it up, hangs and misses. Rebound out to Keegan Kay, looking for numbers. Up the far side. Fusselman with a great catch, but missed the layup. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Cougars.
Tell you, they're still, the Lobos doing a great job of focusing on the break. But there again, you see the long arms of Jackson Jessup able to pick up the offensive rebound. Sean Potter has not really found his mark from long range here yet tonight.
Out of the backcourt, Bryce Rove gets it across to Potter. And a cross-court pass to Tate. Tate driving inside the lane, bumps off of Lewis, missed the shot. Ahead to Shumway, goes behind the back to get it across the stripe, in traffic, now kicks it out to Fusselman. To Kay, Kay for 3, got it!
Keegan Kay been very consistent shooting the ball tonight. I believe he's 3 of 4 from the field.
That's one of the other keys we talked about, is the perimeter shooting for the Lobos to pull the Cougars out of their zone defense. Pass it into Tate. Tate splits the defenders and blocked by Lewis.
I'll tell you what, though, you've seen a different Sam Tate coming out here in the second half, being very aggressive, going to the basket, and has had some success, picked up some fouls, made some buckets. See if he can keep that up here in the second half.
The Lobos have kind of a unique setup here in their gymnasium as Brackney launches from the line. The 3-point line, missed it, got his own rebound, missed the second try. Throw it up ahead for Kurt Wood. Wood with the left hand layup, he got it.
It's a relentless fast break attack. Great job by Lewis getting that ball ahead to Wood.
Biggest lead of the night for the Lobos. They're up by 10. 4:13 left to play third. Potter for 3. He got it.
That one looked a little bit better stroke. Took his time a bit more and followed through the net. Back
to a 7-point Lobo lead. Wood launching for 3. Around and off. Potter with the rebound. Cougars looking to run. It's a 2-on-4. Nobody wants to run with the Cougars in transition. Potter into the corner, fake the pass, move down the baseline, cross it over to Brackney. Tate for 3, no good. Rebound tipped out to Reedhead. Throw it ahead to Shumway. Shumway, right hand layup off the window, he scores it.
I'll tell you what, though, credit Brackney on that last play. He did a great job of finding the open man in Sam Tate. Give him a chance for a 3. But I'll tell you, you better have it's your point guard's job to get back. And right now, Potter and Tate are not doing that job of getting back on defense.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to play here in the third. And again, we apologize for our connection. We tried a new connection that we thought maybe would give us a little more bandwidth. It has not. But I don't know what happened. During the football season, we had great connection speeds, and for some reason,
we'll blame it on the weather.
That's got to be the weather, right?
It's the cold.
34-25, and We talked about the perimeter shooting a little bit, but the other comment we made, Mike, was the fact that the student body section is right behind the Sholo basket here for the second half.
And tell you what, I credit the athletic department of the Snowflake Lobos. They made this gym fan friendly. You want a home court advantage. Well, they've tried to create a home court advantage, as you mentioned, putting the students behind the visiting team's basket. That's pretty tough to deal with in the second half, especially for high school kids. They're not used to seeing that at all. And so credit the Lobo administration for making that happen.
Well, the Cougar student body is lined up on the far side.
Yeah, they're trying to get them into this.
And the Snowflake student body lined up under the basket as the Cougars, after the timeout, will have the basketball, trailing 34-25, and they throw it away. Flake picks it up. Keegan Kay missed it. Shumway threw it a little behind him, and he lost it.
Tell you, the Cougars have got to do a better job of attacking the press with the pass, and you can't really have Daniel Brackney the one making the decisions. He's not a decision maker. It's not his job.
Pass it over on the right side, now down into the corner. As Nix has it knocked away by Wood. Loose ball, battle on the floor. Tate picks it up and gives it to Potter. He wants a three. Popcorn in and out, no good. Brackney blocked by Keegan Kay. Ahead to Gardner. Now to Wood, he slips inside, put it up the right-hander, no good. Gets his own rebound. He's double teamed, lost the handle. Gardner picks it up and shoots it back to Kay. Kay for three, he got it.
That's some pretty good court awareness by Gardner. Just a sophomore, able to find Kay in the corner for his third three of the night.
Keegan Kay lighting it up. We talked about the perimeter shot. Keegan Kay with 3 3-pointers here in the third. Potter for three, missed it. Jessup battle for the rebound. Flake got him on the wrist, and he'll be called for the personal.
Probably a good idea there by Flake. As I'll tell you, Camden, the Cougars, I haven't seen them shoot this poorly in a long time, and I don't mean the misses, I mean the way they're missing. They've had a lot of shots not even draw iron, but the benefit of that is it's always easier to offensive rebound an air ball for some reason. And right there, Jackson Jessup there. Flake doing a good job making sure he can't get it up, though.
Jackson Jessup at the free throw line. We welcome back our radio crowd. Again, we apologize for the connection problems here at Snowflake as Jessup knocks down a free throw. Second one's no good. 37-26, Snowflake with an 11-point lead. And the Cougars
sloppy.
Loose ball, and it's picked up by Wood. And a loose ball knocked out of bounds by Flake.
Actually, they're going to say Brackney, I think, got that one.
Oh, you're right. They're going to give it to the Lobos under their window with 2:08 left to play in the third.
Well, anytime you have a pace like this with high school kids, it's going to get pretty sloppy. And that has been the case tonight. And that probably favors the Snowflake Lobos.
They tend to be a little more clean when it comes to their transition game. And they just work so much on that game. They tend to be a lot better than the teams they play. Gardner misses on the baseline right. Battling against Jessup, and what a tough player to go against. Maxwell in trouble in the backcourt. He dribbles back and then throttles across the time stripe. Bounce it to Brackney. Brackney cross-court it to Tate. Tate into the corner to Nix. Nix going to be tripped, lost his footing, and he's hurt.
I'm not sure why Gardner's shaking his head. That's an easy call out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Island like that. B.J. Little, the official right there on the call.
It's something interesting Coach Wood said, Camden, when talking about these two teams, talking about the rivalry. He said his guys would like nothing better than to get the Cougars out of the tournament, be the ones that knock them out of that top 24 spot.
Well, for multiple reasons, not just because they are rivals, but also because they don't want to play them in the tournament.
That's probably true. That is probably true, and he did mention that as well. Not really, and he also mentioned the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, a team that nobody really probably wants to face as a first-round opponent. If the Yellow Jackets do hold on to one of the higher, the lower seeds.
Well, we mentioned that this game, this is a freedom game, so not a section counter. As Curran Nix comes off hopping. Looks like that right ankle may be injured by Curran Nix. He's going to go down to the floor, and he is in a lot of pain.
And they got no one
They don't
to
have
attend to him.
no trainer on the Solo bench to even help him out down there. Pass it to Shumway. Shumway, left-hand layup. He got it. Shumway out in front of the basket. Goes with the left hand. Floats across to the left side and puts it in.
I've coached a lot of basketball, Camden. I don't know how you coach a fast break like that. It's so hard to simulate that. The way they get the ball, their transition to get it from a turnover, they immediately have somebody running down the floor, and then they just know where they're going to be, and they throw the ball up ahead. And perhaps part of that, they just take chances, and it works out for them.
Shumway knocks down the and one. The foul was committed. I missed who the foul was on.
I believe it was...
Shumway knocked
Rove,
down the free throw, and if that's on Rove, it's his first. Tate tries a shot, no good. Jessup shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to the Lobos.
Well, Jackson Jessup working hard, but you know what? He's not getting any touches. They're not throwing the ball. Anything he's been able to touch here in the second half of the third quarter, it's been off of offensive rebounds.
Shumway at the elbow, pitches it to Fusselman down the baseline. Right-hand runner by Ty Reedhead, and a loose ball by Shumway on the, that's Flake, who puts up the weak side trash.
Boy, and the attack of the Lobos, they just keep being aggressive.
Potter in the corner, double team, has it knocked away. Flake picks it up, Reedhead, throw it ahead to Shumway. Shumway got it up and in, got the roll.
That one hung on the rim for a while. Lobos will take it though, and they are really starting to open this one up, Camden.
Shumway has 9 in this quarter to add to his 5 at the half.
I think the Cougars are tired, and when you get tired, you make mistakes.
Potter for 3, off the hill, no good. Brackney blocked by Shumway. Kurtwood ahead to Shumway. They won't get the layup, but they'll get a standing ovation with a 44-26 lead as they head to the 4th and final. We'll step away. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You know, I talk a lot about Ford trucks.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Home? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need new shingles? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Building a new deck? Want to save money? Go to Case Supply. Need siding? Want to save money? Yep, Case Supply saves you money on siding too. Case Supply has the best prices and the best selection on roofing, siding, decking, windows, and doors. Even better than the big box stores. So the next time you want to save money, see Case Supply in Taylor, Pine Top, and now across from the Dairy Queen in Sholo.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. Lobos start the 4th and final with the basketball, leading 44-26. Their biggest lead of the night. And Fusselman's knocked down but missed the shot and no call.
Well, Jackson Jessup's gotten away with a lot of those follow-throughs as he's changed shots.
And there is Brackney as the Cougars find a transition game. Brackney gets his second bucket of the night. 44-28. Shot short there and picked up by Jessup on the rebound.
Well, if the Lobos keep rushing shots, they may find themselves letting the Cougars right back in this one. They have an opportunity to close the door here with a big lead. But Sholo, a team who can get hot in a hurry and really light it up from the outside.
Snowflake leads by 16. Cross-court pass to Potter. Potter inside the lane. Block shot by Flake. Jessup's shot is blocked, but a foul called on Reedhead.
And Reedhead knew it. Got a lot of Jessup's arm. But good coaching by the Lobos. They don't let guys get the shot off if they do foul them. And the strength of Reedhead allowing that to happen.
The senior Ty Reedhead with his first personal.
But again, you don't see Jackson Jessup getting the ball passed to him in the flow of the offense. Every possession he's had, other than the first possession of the third quarter, it's been off of offensive rebounds. And that gets pretty frustrating and tiring. And I'm not sure, he's going to have the energy to continue to do that here. They're going to need him on the floor, though, this last 7 minutes.
First free throw is good. Second free throw is good as well. So Jessup knocks down 2 free throws, cuts the lead down to 14. Cougars with a long way to go. We mentioned the ramifications of this one with the sectional tournament, but the thing that goes not said is the rankings and how important those will be for state playoffs. If there's only 6 teams, or 6 teams out of the state, and those will be the sectional champions that get guaranteed spots into the tournament. Everybody else will be placed in the tournament by the rankings, which is determined completely different than the sectional standings are determined. The rankings are determined by your overall schedule. And so teams like Sholo really need to rack up even these freedom games here as we get a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with 6:42 left to play in the fourth.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Cam, against this trap, same thing we saw the Yellow Jackets do a week ago. The Lobos the Cougars keep catching the ball in the corner just on this side, on the front court side of half court. And that's no man's land. That's exactly where you want to set a trap. And so the Cougars got to do a better job of keeping the ball in the middle of the court if they hope to beat this half court trap by the Lobos.
44-30. And we'll remind you that if you're looking for some entertainment in the morning, you can check it out. Brandon Todd, live mornings on Q Country 92.5.
Does he talk?
He talks. All right. He talks, he walks. He does all sorts of fun things.
Good to hear.
That's on 92.5 weekday mornings from
what time?
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
It's called The Morning Brew with Brandon Todd.
Is it a call-in show?
Yeah, you can call in and harass him.
Oh, good.
After the timeout, Cougar basketball. 44-30, a 14-point lead. High post to Jessup. Up top, and a travel call as Tate got the wheels rolling a little too quickly.
Yeah, it's why you got to work so hard in practice on your fundamentals, on your pivots. Make sure that pivot foot doesn't slide out on you.
Lobo basketball here on the near side. It's picked off by Potter. Potter stops just inside the arc, missed the shot.
Well, I don't know why he stopped inside the arc. I don't know.
Keegan Kay ahead for Fusselman. Takes the baseline. Fusselman has it stuffed back in his face. Got it back. Now over to Lewis. Lewis hangs, missed the shot. What a foul on Daniel Brackney.
Going back to that Potter shot, I mean, you hate to see that as a coach. If you're going to take a dribble inside the three-point line, you might as well go all the way to the basket. Otherwise, take the three. That's my old mentor, Mark Felix, called that the red zone. That means don't shoot it there.
Not like the red zone in football?
Not like the red zone in football. This is bad.
3 fouls on Brackney as Lewis knocks down a free throw.
And I don't think Curran Nix is coming into the ball game anytime soon. I see his aunt and uncle are over there. He is on a pillow. I think it's more than an ankle. I think it may have been something in his upper leg. Something went haywire there.
It looks like they may be tending to his hip, and we'll hope for the best for him. As they've got family gathered over on the far side.
Brackney trying to handle the ball for the Cougars. And again, the officials, I think, have made it a point not to bail out the dribbler if they're out of control. I mean, if you're going with the purpose and you get inhibited, all right, we'll blow the whistle. But if you're just going and putting your head down, you better have somewhere to go.
Shumway across the time stripe, spins out, give it over to Kurt Wood. Down on the baseline, they give it to Ty Reedhead. His pass stolen by Rove. Rove up out of the backcourt. Up and down with the right hand, switches to the left. Working against Keegan Kay, now double team. Cross it over to Tate, wants a three. Off the heel, no good. Hit the top of the backboard, and he'll turn the ball over to Snowflake.
Bad break for the Cougars as, once again, Jackson Jessup right there to get the offensive board.
5 minutes, 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
Reedhead out now, giving him a little break. I'm sure Coach Wood wants him for the final stretch.
Keegan Kay out of the backcourt. Lobos do such a good job of just moving the ball around.
Well, they just seem to know exactly where each other is going to be.
Wood inside the paint, leaves it for Keegan Kay, and Kay lost it out of bounds. Cougar basketball.
And Coach Wood, I believe that's his son, letting him know not the way we drew it up there, youngster. We got a 15-point lead, and we need that clock to run. Don't be forcing stuff inside.
Bryce Rove picked from behind into the hands of Jessup, and Jessup's bumped and fouled as he takes the right side of the lane.
I think they're going to nail Wood on the reach from
four
behind.
on him if it is. It is. Kurt Wood picks up his fourth personal.
You know, Coach Wood could probably gamble a little bit here, leave him in with the 4 fouls, 5 minutes to go. If you can get a couple more minutes out of him, you're probably in good shape.
Well, you know, the other side to it is it just has so much depth on the bench that.
And he's out there slapping at the ball. So
Keegan Kay whistled for the personal.
And I'll tell you, I thought it was going to be a point of emphasis about talking to the officials. These guys talk back to the officials more than the NBA guys do. They tee up those NBA guys now pretty quick. And Keegan Kay, how you can complain about that foul? They're just all over Brackney there. And, there's got to be a foul in there somewhere.
Look, across the way as that free throw is missed. Brackney get the rebound. Curran Nix is going to get into a wheelchair on the far side. 3-point bucket for Potter. Knocks it down.
And here we go. That could be the spark they need. Still down 12, though. Long way to go.
A lot of possessions to go. We'll keep it here with 4:46 left to play in the fourth. And a lot of concern about Curran Nix. He's one of those players that he's a role player for the Cougars. A guy that can knock down the three, and he'll be sadly missed if they don't have him for the section tournament.
One thing I've noticed about Curran Nix is if they find him early in games, let him kind of get into a rhythm, he's much more effective shooting the ball. Tonight, he didn't get a lot of touches early. When he finally did, he rushed it, because he hadn't touched the ball and rushed the shot, and it kind of set a bad tone for his shooting. He really hasn't been near the mark here tonight.
Again, we apologize for our connection here tonight. Unfortunately, unable to hang on to our radio connection. And we've also been told that the stream isn't that solid tonight either. So we will hopefully get things cleared up the next time we visit Snowflake. Snowflake basketball after the timeout. Keegan Kay down the baseline. Looked like he traveled, no call. Jordan got the basket and the foul. Jordan Gardner inside the lane working against the big man.
That's the rub of the green right there, is Gardner getting that one to fall, just threw it up, anticipating the contact from Jackson Jessup. But you got to credit that to the ball movement of the Snowflake Lobos, getting the defense rushing at you, trying to play catch up. You're either going to get a wide open shot or a foul because they just can't stop in time.
And Gardner's free throw no good. 3 personals on Jessup. Cougars with the basketball, get it across the stripe.
Wood's not going to last much longer in this one.
Pass it over on the right side for Maxwell. Maxwell picks up his dribble, give it to Tate. Tate inside to Brackney, now to Potter. Potter for 3 on the outside, no good. Rebound Maxwell. Whoa. Maxwell looked like he maybe double dribbled. Now he triple dribbled.
Wow.
I don't know if somebody touched that or not. And there's a foul on Keegan Kay. He knocked Tate over with the shoulder. That was a great job by Tate selling that.
Yeah, that was an easy call, and you could kind of see it coming. But that's one of the downfalls of the fast break mentality. Everybody takes off down the court, leaves Keegan Kay over there in the corner, and felt all he could do was try to clean some room by lowering the shoulder.
4th personal on Kay, he stays in. Kurt Wood is out. Just under 4 to play here in the contest. Tate over to Rove. Rove left-hand dribble, pull-up jumper on the baseline left. Missed it. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Cougar basketball.
I think that was off the face of Wood. There's a lot of hands flying around. This one's going to get pretty physical, I have a feeling, coming down stretch. And so what does Coach Wood do? He brings in Ty Reedhead, bring in the muscle.
Into the corner to Brackney on the inbound play. Now to Potter. Potter down the baseline. Put up the right-hander. Missed it. Jessup battled for the rebound. Lost it. Wood picks it up for, ahead to Fussman, to Flake, Reedhead. And now Shumway will hold up top. Give it over to Reedhead. They'll play cat and mouse. And Shumway picked from behind. And a foul on Jessup as Shumway out of control underneath. Lost the handle. Got it back. Put it up. And Jackson Jessup will pick up his fourth.
Boy, the sloppiness. You see the loose ball caused by the lazy defense by Sean Potter. He reached around and did tip the ball, but all it did is got his defender, Jackson Jessup, out of position, going after a loose ball instead of being tall. Cost him a foul on Rick Shumway.
And Shumway missed the first, and the officials say no, 2 shots. I love how BJ Little just stands there and goes, no, it's 2.
Yes. Well, that's good because you hope the officials keep their head.
And a timeout on the floor will take one with them. 3:24 left to play in the fourth. 47-33 Snowflake. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
SunriseSkiPark.com. Return. You are hot.
Snowflake Lobos lead here with 3:24 left in the contest, 47-33. In Round Valley, the Yellow Jackets, after a slow start, have a 35-29 lead at the end of 3. They were up 24-15 at the half.
So Round Valley, that's a tough place to win on the road because the perspective the rims give you, pretty tough.
Second free throw by Shumway is good. He's 1 for 2 at the line this time. And a 48-33 lead for Snowflake here after the timeout. Cougars almost throw it away. Saved to Brackney nicely that time by Rove. And a foul called on Flake.
Yeah, that one was pretty easy. And those are the fouls that really the Lobos have gotten away with this whole game, where they just kind of get part of the wrist and pull it down, and it really causes you problems as a ball handler. And they've gotten away with it because it's been in close quarters. That one out in the open a little bit more.
That's 2 on Flake as Brackney heads to the line. And his first free throw is good.
Tell you, the Lobos have not been able to really get this game out of hand. Cougars continue to stick around. Just don't know if they have enough time.
2 free throws, good. Got them both. 48-35 now. Shumway tripped from behind by Rove and just about lost his footing down the baseline there.
But that's the other thing the Cougars have got to do is make sure they start racking up a few fouls because they got to get in the bonus. That's only a 15 foul. Clock is going to be the factor for them right here.
Of course, wanting to be in the bonus late in the contest so that when you do foul, you send the team to the free throw line as opposed to just giving them the ball out of bounds. Clock just under 3 to play now in the fourth. Lobos will try to burn some clock here as they spread out their offense.
Well, and here's where you get to see a lot of the fundamentals coming through for the Lobos, doing a great job with footwork, holding the ball all the way around.
Shumway will take it to the line, in low for Flake. Flake off the window, got the easy bucket.
And that, I got to go back to it. I hate to harp on it, but Sean Potter just getting lazy on defense, letting his man beat him to the basket. And now you put Jackson Jessup in an almost indefensible position.
Bryce Rove launches from 15, no good. Rebound controlled by Shumway, had it poked away. He's quadruple teamed down there. And finally the Lobos get it down court. And a foul called as Kurt Wood tried to wrap around pass to Ty Reedhead. And that's Brackney on the foul. That's his fourth. Kurt Wood underneath the Lobo basket. Gets the ball into Shumway. Now they work it up top. Fusselman spins to the line. Poked away by Potter and out of bounds. Potter trying to help out the official to no avail.
Yeah, sure BJ's little, well, I can give them the ball or I can whistle you for a foul. Which would you like?
Fusselman on the baseline.
Going to get a delay of game warning.
And Potter a little too close. So he stepped over the baseline and picks up. Well, now a discussion as Coach Cook wants a timeout. We'll step away. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left in the contest. Snowflake 50, Show Low 35. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Best-selling truck for 36 years running. Because Ford's always thinking ahead to next year and not resting on last year. But now I'm going to talk about something different. Where you want to buy your new Ford truck. You just gotta drive by Show Low Ford to see how many trucks they have. Or go online to showlowford.com. And you know Guy Hatch is going to get you a great deal. Because he promises you he is not going to be undersold by anyone, anywhere. And if you know Guy, you know if he says it, he means it. And not only that, but all his F-150s come with lifetime engine warranties. Why would you think about buying anywhere else? Show Low Ford. We want to exceed your expectations. We're Show Low Ford, your friendly family Ford dealer on the east end of the Deuce.
Better than jeans, and you know it.
They do it right.
Here comes your return. You are hot.
Welcome back to Snowflake High School. Lobos with the basketball, and Fusselman gets tangled up and a foul called.
Well, they bring in, I believe that's Cade Smith. They bring in Cade Smith as the hatchet man, and his job is to go out there and foul whoever he's guarding. And he had to work hard to get that call. He had a lot of jersey there on Fusselman, but you can see Coach Cook is having to dig deep because he's got some pretty critical guys. He's got Potter and Jackson Jessup and Daniel Brackney all in foul trouble. And so he brings in a guy to help do some fouling.
Now Fusselman knocks down the first free throw and the second. This one across the front of the iron and falls.
Well, that should about do it.
52-35. Snowflake, huge second half lead here. Just under 2 to play in the contest. Loose ball picked up there. Flake got bumped and fouled. No call. Now Tate reaches from behind and grabs him on the arm. Leaves a mark. That's when you know it's a foul, when it leaves a mark.
Yeah. Well, the style of play tonight, though, these guys have to, you have to make it a real foul to make it a foul most of the time. The officials have been letting them get away with most things. There's been some ticky-tack calls, but the bumping and the shoving has gone on all night.
And that's been true to form for these officials. We've watched them officiate several games this year, and that's pretty much the way they call the game. Yep. They like a physical style game.
And it's tough because you got high school guys out here, and it wears on you emotionally, and you start to see retaliations and stuff, and so, this could be a backcourt.
Shumway missed the free throw. Potter, NBA range 3. And he misses it. And a foul.
I believe that's going to do it for Keegan Kay. Oh, yep.
.52-35 Snowflake. Into the Cougar lineup, Max Oberholzer.
Wow, Coach Cook calling it quits. He's gonna empty the bench.
So fresh faces in for the Cougars. Rove at the line for Sholo, missed the shot. Battle for the rebound, but BJ Little walks in and says no, he gets one more. Second free throw is no good. Rebound Lewis. Snowflake still with several of their main players in.
Yep.
Shumway, Reedhead, and Fusselman.
Yep.
And Lewis.
Yep, here he goes. He's clearing the bench.
Off come the jerseys and up come the bench warmers. Minute 27 left to play in the fourth. Yeah, give your punts ready. Give him a jersey, Coach Wood.
And that's going to do it. You know, it's funny though, Cannon, the Lobos, they didn't build this 17-point lead till about 2 minutes to go. So the Cougars really did all they could to try to hang in this one. Just not enough, in my opinion, just not enough good ball movement. And they did not take advantage of their height inside with Jackson Jessup.
Now Snowflake student body and Sholo student body taunting each other. That's always, hey, with games out of hand, let's just run our mouths.
Yeah.
Free throw good by Fusselman.
But this is the good thing about high school students. Even though Sholo's down by almost 20, they're going to run their mouths right back.
And they're on their feet. On their feet.
That's the way it should be. I don't know about the running of the mouth, but they should be on their feet.
53-35 after 1 of 2 at the line for Fusselman. And
attaboy.
3-point shot for Kobe Maxwell.
NBA range.
And a steal picked off here by Vitaha. Maxwell throws it up top for Crow. Crow lost it on the dribble. Battle for the loose ball. Fusselman across the stripe. Kick it over on the angle right to Porter Black. Back to Fusselman. Fusselman fouled up top.
Wow. I'm not sure why Coach Cook's having his guys foul.
Well, I know why his guys would want to foul. Well,
yeah.
Get more playing time.
That's right. Get more. No.
That's
get more
true.
Video time.
Video time and more floor time.
That's right.
Crow called for the personal, his first. And Fusselman at the free throw line.
I believe. And see, that's the problem is when you clear the benches, it does tend to make the game go a little longer because it's going to get a little more sloppy.
54-38, 50 seconds remaining in the contest.
They got the wrong substitution. Trying to get Fusselman out of there. We'll see if he clanks this one so he doesn't have to come out. Yep.
Yeah, he missed the second. 1 of 2. Again at the free throw line. 54-38. Snowflake with a huge lead here. This is going to go down as a big win for Snowflake. Don't forget the last time these two teams met up, it was the Cougars with the victory and the upset at home. And there's a steal. Fusselman throws it ahead. Gives it to to Caldwell. Fusselman dribble between the wheels. Over here on the right side for Black, and Black is bumped and fouled.
About all that does is allow Fusselman to come out of the game finally.
The foul is going to go against Max Oberholzer. 19 seconds left in the contest. And the free throw is good for Porter Black. He gets in the scoring call.
Yeah, not in the games, not in too many games. Even though Snowflake's won a lot of games, Cameron, they haven't really won by huge margins. Kind of talk to the competitiveness of the section, but so some of these guys for Snowflake don't have too many stats. But a nice stroke by Porter Black.
2 quick free throws for Black.
You can see why he's a good football player too.
56-38. Final 13 seconds. There's a foul, no call. Officials maybe trying to get this one over. Blocked shot. Nice job there for Everett Lunt. And there's the transition game.
number 5.
Everett Lunt.
Yeah, Everett Lunt got the block and the finish at the other end.
Everett Lunt will finish off the game, and the Lobos victorious here tonight, 58-38. The Lady Lobos beat the Cougars earlier tonight as well. I think the score was 44-28. But the final here in the boys' game, Snowflake 58 and Sholo 38. We'll step away. Our post-game comments and our Indian Pine Restaurant Player of the Game is coming up next. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
White Mountain Youth Productions bring you local high school sports, and they need your help. Your tax-deductible sponsorship keeps the high school students producing our local sports. To become a sponsor, call City 4 TV at 928-532-4160.
You know, I talk a lot about Ford trucks, and why wouldn't I? I mean, best-selling truck for 36 years running, because Ford's always thinking ahead to next year and not resting on last year. But now I'm going to talk about something different. Where you want to buy your new Ford truck. You just gotta drive by Sholo Ford to see how many trucks they have. Or go online to sholoford.com. And you know Guy Hatch is going to get you a great deal, because he promises you he is not going to be undersold by anyone, anywhere. And if you know Guy, you know if he says it, he means it. And not only that, but all his F-150s come with lifetime engine warranties. Why would you think about buying anywhere else? Sholo Ford. We want to exceed your expectations. We're Sholo Ford, your friendly family Ford dealer on the east end of the Deuce.
My friend Alex was diagnosed with cancer, so I put on a concert with tons of other kids so they could help raise money and lift his spirits.
It's a very good feeling to volunteer.
Kids can really make a difference.
Helping other people in my community.
To do something bigger than myself.
Start at a young age and keep promoting the spirit of volunteerism as you go throughout your life.
Young students make a big difference when they volunteer. Encourage them to learn more about the Prudential Spirit of Community Awards. Visit spirit.prudential.com.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands.
Snowflake High School, the Lobos with the victory here tonight, 58-38. Mike, what a game for Snowflake.
Well, I tell you, it really highlighted the things that have made Snowflake successful all year. I was very impressed with their ability to get the ball down the floor in such a hurry. Not a small court here, new court, nice and long for them, allows them to really spread it out. But they get that ball down up the court with the pass, and that's really the key. You know, when you talk to young guys, don't be dribbling the ball, pass the ball. It gets up the floor so much faster, and they really put it on display here tonight. But at the same time, they keyed it with their defense. Got a lot of steals. They're very active with their hands and really did a lot of good things tonight.
Second half was really spawned on, not necessarily by the fast break, but the perimeter shooting, and one guy in particular, Keegan Kay.
Keegan Kay, you know, he's been consistent. Not a guy who's always a leading scorer, but when you need him to make a three, he gets the open spot. And that's the other thing these Lobos do is they know where to move without the ball, so they're available for their teammates. And Keegan Kay right there doing a great job, not just threes, but also stepping in and making some short-range jumpers, the lost art of the short-range jumper, and doing a great job there. I don't remember him missing, actually, tonight.
I don't either.
I mean, he may have, but I don't remember him missing. So
especially in that third quarter.
Yeah, a very good percentage, and most of those from long range. Did a great job. He had 3 or 4 3-pointers tonight.
3 3-pointers on the night. Finishes the game of 15. As we take a look at some of the other scoring for you, Sean Potter led the way for the Cougars with 12 tonight, well under his 16 points per game average. 6 tonight for Sam Tate, 3 for Kobe Maxwell, 2 for Ian Crow off the bench, 9 Jackson Jessup, and 6 tonight for Daniel Brackney. And of course, Jessup was one of those key players of the game that we talked about. He did not have the type of night that we expected him to have.
Well, for one thing, he really got frustrated. The Lobos were kind of hacking at his hands a lot, and that's really tough for big guys to handle the ball. And the other thing is he just didn't get any touches. I don't know if that was by design. The Lobos tried to keep the ball out of his hands, but I just feel like he wasn't a focal point of the offense. You know, if I have a 6'8" guy, I want the offense to go through him. He's not a bad passer. Get it in, kick it back out. You got some great shooters. You got Nix, you got Tate, you got Potter. Maybe you get some more open threes for those guys by getting it inside, but just not really active. Any points I believe he had in the second half were all off of offensive rebounds. So perhaps not utilizing the big man as much as they could have. 9 points, not a great night for him.
Tough night for Jessup, as you mentioned. And Everett Lunt came off the bench for the Lobos tonight. Of course, finished with that final shot of the game. He had 2. 2 for Jordan Gardner off the bench. 1 tonight for Luke Lewis. 5 for Kurt Wood. 2 for Porter Black. 2 for Ty Reedhead. 6 for Dallin Fusselman. 8 tonight for Travis Flake. And 2 guys scoring 15 tonight to lead the way for the Snowflake Lobos. We mentioned Keegan Kay with 15. 3 of those 3-pointers in that opening paragraph of the third quarter, and 15 tonight for Rick Shumway. In transition, Rick Shumway, one of the fastest and most agile players you'll ever watch.
Well, that's the contrasting styles. You had the steady hand of Keegan Kay, just spotting up, being there when his guys needed him, and then you have Rick Shumway, who really forced the action tonight. On the defensive end, he was all over the place, and then as soon as he knew his team had the ball, just getting down the floor, and sometimes keying the break, but a lot of times getting over there, finishing the break, drawing fouls, getting to the rim, and just a really headsy play tonight, real intelligent play for him tonight.
Time now for our Indian Pine Restaurant Player of the Game, brought to you by the Indian Pine Restaurant. Great stuff happening out at Honda this weekend, next weekend with Valentine's Day. We invite you to check it out at HondaCasino.com. That's HON-DAH Casino.com. And don't forget the Indian Pine Restaurant, best place for pizza on the mountain. All your favorite toppings. Great pizza at the Indian Pine Restaurant. You can dine in or order in your order and pick it up at the Indian Pine Restaurant. We always mention this, but it is always tough to choose a player of the game.
It is tough, but really I think that the tone that was set tonight, that really allowed the Lobos to be successful, was set by Rick Shumway, their senior leader. Just really played with a lot of intensity. More intensity. You usually see him be pretty calm out there, but he really had a lot of intensity tonight, and I think set the tone for his team. And if it wasn't for Rick Shumway, probably Keegan Kay doesn't get some of those open shots. And so I got to go with Rick Shumway as our Indian Pine Restaurant Player of the Game.
Congratulations to Rick Shumway, ending the game with 15 total points, leading the way along with Keegan Kay tonight in scoring. And that's going to wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Special thanks to our students who made this game possible, our stream made possible, along with our broadcast on City 4 TV by White Mountain Youth Productions, kids from Sholo, and Snowflake High School multimedia classes. The crew tonight, technical directors Chris Balandra, Loy Willis. In audio was Brett Chapman. On graphics, it's Forrest Fish tonight. Cameraman, Tyler Yellowhair, Hunter Yellowhair, Hayden Farr, Amber Livingston, Gianna Diaz, and Matt LaGrange. Advisors Denise Westover and Snowflake High School advisor. And from City 4 tonight, our executive producer Kyle Noel and Haley August. Games will be replayed on City 4 TV Monday and Wednesday of next week, along with Friday at 7 o'clock, then again on Saturdays at 1:30 p.m. Don't forget to tune in to City 4 TV. And anytime you'd like to watch these contests, you can catch them at italk1067.com. All of the games are archived there. Just click on our archive games link on the homepage at italk1067.com.
And don't forget to catch Brandon Todd on Q Country 92.5 Monday through Friday, 7 to 9.
Brandon Todd.
I'm calling him on Monday.
The Big B, Brandon Todd.
The Big B. All right. I'm calling him.
He's got the Morning Brew weekdays from 7 to 9. It's the Brandon Todd Show. It's actually the Morning Brew with Brandon Todd on Q Country 92.5. He's our executive in-studio producer.
I don't think I would
Brandon
drink that
Todd.
cup of coffee. I don't think I would drink that cup. I'm sorry.
That'll wrap things up. We will be back next week with the section tournament. It starts on Tuesday, 5:30. We'll have the call of the game here on iTalk 106.7 and on City 4 TV. We invite you back then as we cover full coverage of that sectional tournament. That's both girls and boys. We got both of those, the ladies and the boys will be covered here on iTalk1067.com. For Mike Grenier, I'm Camden Smith saying so long, everybody.